Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Andrea. I am a part-time reseller. I make money online reselling things that I find at thrift stores and also at stores like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Nordstrom Rack. I resell on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Kidizen, and Tracy. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I share what I have learned in my 5 years reselling. And if you're not new to my channel, thank you so much for coming back. It means so much to me that you continue to come back to watch my videos. Today, I thought of doing a video about the yellow tag clearance sale that happens in January and February at the stores TJ Maxx and Marshalls, because I have seen a lot of you guys posting videos about what you have found at those stores. So every year I do take advantage of those clearance sales, and I thought of sharing you my tips and tricks for being successful buying at these stores to resell online. I would like to also give you a few tips when you're planning to buy for yourself. Maybe you're not interested in reselling, it's too much of a higher price to pay to resell, and it's a high risk if you're just starting reselling. I know in the beginning I was very nervous paying up for things. So I'm going to start by telling you a few tips on buying for yourself. So if you're buying for yourself, you want to go to those stores as soon as the clearance starts. Why? Because you're going to have a wider variety of items in different sizes, and so you have a higher chance to find things in your size. So if you're planning to buy for yourself, go early. My second tip is go to as many stores as you can, because at TJ Maxx and Marshalls, every store has a different inventory. You find different things in every single one of them. That's why I love shopping there. It's always a surprise. What am I going to find at this store at this time? So go to as many stores as you can. Another thing I do when Christmas ends is I go usually December 26th or December 27th to take advantage of their Christmas clearance. So I buy for the following year the gifts that I'm going to give for my sons, teachers, or I sometimes buy things that I want to give to my stepdaughters, or I buy things for my sister. Whatever I find as gifts, I buy off season. Then next year, I'm not gonna be so worried about finding things for everybody. And I'm also gonna pay much less than I would if I bought it right before Christmas. If I can, I'm gonna try to link here my last year's Christmas TJ Maxx and Marshalls haul. I bought all of my son's teachers' Christmas gifts last year. So this year I only had to wrap them up and give it to them. That was very nice and a no-brainer. If you are planning to do that, you have to go December 26th or 27th, because those items, they go fast. So if you plan to go January 1st, you might not find anything else left. So if you plan to buy Christmas themed items, go as soon as the clearance starts. Now I'm going to give you some tips on buying to resell. If you're buying to resell, maybe you should start going early and going every week. Why? Because early you're going to find a wider variety of sizes and styles. And then as the sale goes on, you're going to have less and less items to choose from. If you have a runaway TJ Maxx near you, you would want to go as soon as possible, because those items are going to start going fast. But if you really want deeply discounted items, go towards the end of the sale. I always go the second week of February, which is when the second or third week of February, which is when my children are off from school. The way I found this out was we went on vacation to a Great Wolf Lodge, and it's a remote area and it's not very populated. So we went there, and then I decided to go and check out TJ Maxx and Marshalls that they have around that area. And then I was very pleasantly surprised that I found cashmere sweaters and hats and scarves and lots of different sweaters and pants and jackets for very, very good prices. I paid $4, I paid $6, and I made a great profit. On last year's yellow tag clearance, I spent $200 at that location, and I actually made $600. I sold a total of $800 after fees, and from that I profited $600 only on that trip. That's another tip for you, is when you start hitting those sales, make sure that you keep track of what you're selling and how much you're selling and what is your profit, because next year you're going to be more successful if you were sure that what you're buying is selling for a good profit. Because when you're first starting, you are not very sure what is a good pickup or not, so make sure that you keep track of your numbers. Besides going at the end of the sale, you want to look for off-season items. So that means in February and January, I'm going to be picking up jackets, boots, sweaters, scarves, hats, and things like that. And because I'm picking those things up, I know that I'm not going to be selling them fast. I do start listing them right away because it's still cold and a lot of them will sell, but I'm not expecting to sell the majority of them until fall hits and next winter comes. So keep that in mind. You have to have space in your house to keep those items because they're not going to move until fall and winter. In my experience, I like to pick up items that are going to give me a great return of my investment, which are the categories shoes, handbags, coats, and jackets. Make sure that you're checking comps and you're picking up solid brands. So I usually try to find Sorel, Uggs, Frye boots, brands that I know that have a high resale value. Make sure also that you don't skip the men's section because I found great men's items. I usually buy their jackets and sometimes their jeans and some active wear as well. I found J. Crew blazers that usually retail for over $300, and I found them for $5 and I flipped them for $85. I found a Levi's jacket that I bought for $10 and I sold it for $85. So make sure you don't skip the men's section. There is great money there too. Make sure you buy good quality materials. Buy anything cashmere. I usually find cashmere hats, scarves, and gloves, and I usually buy them for $4 and I sell them for $40. So that's a great profit there. Make sure your items are not oversaturated. I remember one year I found these Free People cardigans and I looked it up at the store and I think there were 10 listed, and I decided to pick them up and list them right away, and they did sell, but they started selling for $65 and I already sold them for $50 because it started becoming oversaturated. So if you have something, list fast because a lot more people are going to start listing and it's going to drive the price down if it gets oversaturated because everybody's going to be dropping the price to try to get rid of it fast. So make sure that you check your comps, and if you list fast and you see it's oversaturated, the price is going down, save your receipts. Don't remove the tags. When I take the pictures, I hide the tags. I don't remove them because if I see that the item is oversaturated, I still have time to return those items. Another tip, and this one is very important, I think, is find stores in not very populated areas. If you go to a store in a very populated city, you have less chance to find items deeply discounted just because a lot of people are going through that store and they start buying those things, and those things are not going to get discounted next week because they're gone. So there is a store that I know that I don't go anymore because the first week they run the sale, everything is gone already. So second week I go there, it's very slim pickings. And not that a price that I want to pay to resell is not going to make me any money if I pay $15 for a pair of jeans that I'm going to sell for $30. But if I pay $5 for that pair of jeans, maybe that's worth it for me. So find stores in more rural areas and go towards the end of the sale. You have higher chances to find amazing pieces for lower discounted items. I was on my way to drop off my son at karate, and I remembered that I forgot to include one tip, and it's very important. When you are buying items to resell, ideally you're going to list them as new with tags. So if you go and buy, for instance, a Free People dress and it doesn't have the original Free People tags attached to the dress, it's going to bring the value down. So make sure that when you're buying items to resell, make sure that they have the manufacturer tag, because if you are going to sell it as new without tags, it also brings down the value. I had to include that. That's a very important tip. And my last tip is don't buy something just because it's cheap. I've made a mistake before, and maybe I can put here some examples of things that I still have that haven't sold, and I bought them just because they were so cheap. Once I bought this kimono just because kimono was in style, and it was only $3, and I thought it's only $3, kimonos are in style, but it was one of those house brands. I don't know, Velvet something, Love Fire, all of those brands. Don't pick them up because they're gonna take forever to sell, if they sell, and they're not gonna sell for much. So I bought this kimono for $3 and I had it for 2 years, and then I let it go for $12. So this is not worth it, in my opinion. So just because something is $1, $5, $3 doesn't mean you have to pick it up. Don't pick up those house brands. Find good brands that people know and recognize, and then look up comps to see if it's oversaturated, if it's selling at all, if it's a good style. So keep all of those things in mind. So that's it, guys. I hope you liked this video. I hope those tips are helpful. And if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any tips for being successful at TJ Maxx and Marshall's yellow tag clearance, please leave it down below. I would love to learn from you as well. And I hope to see you on the next video. Bye-bye.